I guess it's finally time to see if doing all the little knick-knack paddywhacks to get this thing to start properly. I've double checked all my intake leaks. I do need one more clamp right here. I made sure the firing order's good. I made sure the tune's good. I'm actually just gonna be loading what the foxbody had, because technically the foxbody was still a 5.3. So all I gotta change is the displacement to a 6 liter, but everything else should be about the same. I have the stage 4 truck cam that Summit had. This one has the stage 2. I wanna say close to the variation of the, the intake duration and stuff like that. Don't quote me. I can have the tuner change it. I just wanna see if this thing's just gonna start up properly and not be flooded out like it was. We do have the exhaust ran with the wrap looking spicy coming out of the side of the Bald Eagle evacuation port right there. Other side looking spicy. They are mirrored, so it does look super nice in the old engine bay. We are going teardrops. When they're coming out of the side exit, it's a teardrop out, and it's gonna look so good. But for now, I'm gonna keep going. I need to finish up and get the blowout valve put on, tightened on, coil packs ran to the sides. Should be rocking and rolling. Alright, we got everything else pretty much fine-tuned. I got the wastegates on, blow-off valve hooked up, got the coil packs ran, spark plug back in that hole. Everything else should be good. I got the heater ready to go. Guess this is it. This is dying to see if it just starts right up like it should and work like it should, especially with the exhaust already hooked up. You shut it off or just die? Alright, just go ahead and start it back up. She's trying to idle. She's trying to idle. Woo! That's it. That's it. Oh, she's idling. Oh, yeah. She's gonna burn a lot of stuff off of it, but she's idling, boys. Killed it. It's not tuned properly. Look at that. That looks wicked. 12 technically is a little bit there on the rich side if it's idling, but it's a cam 6 liter. I mean,
that's good though. It's rather.
I'd rather be rich than lean, obviously. But yeah, look at these. The heat wrap is sitting in pretty nicely. Pretty nice. I do have to finish a little weld right there for the coolant side. It won't vacuum bleed. I just have to touch it one time. Then we can finish up the brake side. Go ahead and start it back up. Let's see if it just cranks right up. I think I need a little bit more throttle. Let's see if she just cranks right up. like it? Yeah, I just need to check on this part, on the data log parts, go from there, but we're moving in the right direction. At least we heard it idle for 20, 30 seconds, but the fueling, obviously, it's way out. We need to figure that out. Moving in the right direction. So now we are gonna finally attempt to make the teardrops. What you're gonna need, so I have my 3-inch pipe, and it's gonna have to be an L shape. Reason you need an L shape is basically because you're gonna be taking this part right here, cutting it straight down. There's a lot of ways you can do this. A template works the best, but all I'm gonna do is draw it straight down. You're gonna want to connect it here at the very end. You'll see when I'm marking it, what I'm actually trying to say. If it's kind of confusing, it confused me until I watched a couple videos. You know, YouTube certified here. You know me. So first things first, what I'm gonna do is this right angle to kind of give me the angle I want, or kind of like the best angle that I can do. So I got one mark here, and you guys can see how there's a lot of play going on here. So what I'm gonna try is shorten that angle as much as I can and try to get the very tip of the pipe right about there. All right, and you can see we got the one line pre-made right here. So what we're gonna do, and you can kind of see that angle coming along here. So what I could do is kind of mimic where I want the angle to be, just like that. You guys can see the 1/2 coming along here. Kind of go ahead and see what our angle is gonna be. And obviously when you're cutting, you can see what angle you're actually gonna be at. Good thing is we have a pre-dedicated line here in the middle. So actually we can kind of see where that line's gonna be. And if we're, yep, see, just like that. Your line's pre-made and teardrop is fully marked out, ready to cut, and going from there. So we're just cutting on, obviously, all this out, and this is gonna be the pipe we are left with. I went with this side because I want it to kind of slip in, but given where we're gonna come out at, I'm actually gonna be cutting it down a lot more, so it kind of just sits in there, and we're done. Take the mini cutter. I just bought this thing, and I kid you not, this is my favorite tool to use now. I use it for literally everything to cut. I got a splinter. That hurts. We'll get it out. There we go. And just like that, look how good that looks. The only problem is trying to replicate this onto here. It might not be the same, but hey, the teardrop looks so fancy. I might even try to blue the tip to make it even fancier, but right now, this looks pretty cool. And just like that, it almost looks identical. So we'll clean this up, we'll get it cut down. Let's get these bad boys installed. I'm so hyped. All right, now the biggest thing, I need to see how much I want off of this thing. And obviously I need to find out how far out I want to actually poke it. The biggest thing is I really hope that it doesn't just stab into the tire and then and I'm screwed. Let's go ahead and take the exhaust back off, cut around here, and maybe even an inch or two in. That way this can actually sit inside just a little bit more. Got it knocked up. Now, moment of truth. Is it exactly where we need it to be? And is there gonna be a huge gap or not? Well, well, well. There's a big gap. Do I fill it? I'll probably have to if I want to keep it the way I want it. But we'll make it work. It might not be the prettiest welds, but guess what? The gaps are gone. This one was really bad. Now, let's go ahead and see what it looks like on the car. And just like that, one is done, sitting there, looking fancy, looking nice, looking mean. I dig that so much. Really bad part is, I gotta do that again, and that took way too long. It's already 9 o'clock. Guys, race car, let's get this thing knocked out so we can see the final product. And just like that, we're flush there. And that looks about right, doesn't it? That looks about right. Just like that. She is ready to rock and roll. Well, that is it. We were just missing that clamp right here that goes on this side, but look at that. See, if I hold it up just a wee bit for you guys can see, that is what she's gonna look like coming out. I'm actually super happy about how that came out. I'm just, leave it down below what you guys think. I can cut that down more, but I don't think it's actually gonna touch the tire. If it does, well, I guess I can always go with the smaller tire. Okay, that is a 28-inch tall. I do want to run a 27. I just think 28 is a bit too much, especially for the new Edge cars. But that is going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next go round. Peace out.